So in my last video, I didn't get a chance to go to Savers, which was my plan, but now we're here. It's already kind of late. It's 6:43. It seems later than it is because it's so dark already, but my son actually needs a couple things that he's looking for, so we're gonna go in there and try to find some stuff for him. But we're also gonna try to find some stuff to flip in here as well. I don't think I'm gonna go through the clothes today. That's where I usually go, but we don't have that much time today. And clothes don't sell the fastest, so I'm probably gonna focus like on toys and like electronics and stuff like that. So we'll jump in here and see what kind of stuff we can find today. So the first section I'm heading over to is the toy section. I really wanted to go to the clothes, but I'm gonna focus on toys because I do have another toy show coming up on Whatnot, and I just want to find some more stuff to fill into that show. So I'm just looking for any like action figures, My Little Pony stuff, and like little toy dolls did pretty good on my last show. I found this right here. It had Batman, and I was just trying to look around for some other figures that looked like a Power Ranger figure there, but I didn't see any markings on it. Here's an interesting bag. This one had a bunch of little characters. I looked them up later. I think they were like Playmobil characters, but they were all missing like the hairs and the accessories, so I passed on those. Here are some Ninja Turtles. I'm hoping to find some vintage ones or something like that, but these were just generic. I think they were just like made in China or something, no markings on them. But after looking for about 10 minutes or so, I didn't really find anything in here. I tried the electronics section next. For some reason, this Savers electronics section has gotten really weak. It used to be like 2 or 3 different aisles full of electronics, but for some weird reason, they eliminated it down to just this one shelf on the back wall. And there's barely anything there, as you can see. So I don't know what happened there, but there was nothing to see in that section. I jumped over to the DVD section. I've had some good luck with like sealed series and Blu-rays and stuff like that. So I'm just looking for anything that kind of catches my eye. The Three Stooges, you never know. I just grab anything that I think might do well. I've been surprised in the past. I ended up looking that one up. It was selling for like $6 free shipping. So at the end, I ended up putting that one back. Looking through here, there's some same movies that have been in there for months. So I decided just to walk away from there. And you know me, I couldn't stay away from the clothes. As much as I tried to, this is the number one thing I like buying and selling is clothing. That right there looks like a vintage Old Navy jacket, maybe just based on the tag. But I didn't have too much time and they were asking for $17. So I didn't want to do too much research and look that one up. So I just decided to move on. I'm getting pretty good with brands and stuff like that. So I can kind of zip through here really quickly and see if any of these brands or styles stand out to me. That was like a Letterman jacket. I just wanted to see what that one was. But I do end up actually finding a couple good items on this rack. Marmot was a brand that we've sold in the past. It doesn't go for huge money, but somewhere around like the $20 to $25 range, usually you can get for some of that Marmot stuff. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I went ahead and put that in the cart to check for later. Spider. I know this is a good brand. You can go for some good money. Looking for like the regular shirts. Here we go. I'll fly through these really quick. That's small. I don't want to go through small. I'm gonna go through the bigger sizes. I'll start with the mediums. You know what? Let me jump over to the large because I have a limited time and I'd rather go through the bigger sizes. Pink Floyd. Yeah, it has a screen printed tag, so that's not vintage or nothing. Outcast. Ariat. All right, I found a couple things in here I need to look up. Some shirts and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna go through the jeans real quick and see if I see anything that stands out here. Just gonna sweep through them fast and see if I see any brands, any like Ariat, True Religion, anything like that. Wranglers, Levi's. Levi's, Wranglers. Those are kind of cool looking. They're like the fire resistant ones. They kind of feel like it. Let me put these in here. Levi's. What are these? Empire? I don't know. I'll look them up later. Oh, wait. Never mind. Look at that. These are all cut up. I don't know. They look vintage, and then they're corduroy. Yeah, corduroys, but they're all ripped. I don't know if Wrangler makes fire resistant, but those pants kind of felt like it. In this same rack right here, I actually found, what were the Jinko jeans? I think they sold for like $200, and I got them for like $5. They were right here in this rack. So I always come here first and look through here because you never know. They might misplace things sometimes. Oh, here we go. Some Ariat. And these are the M5s. Usually you want to look for the boot cuts. But we found some like this a couple weeks ago and they sold for like 30, almost $40. Yeah, nothing else in there. I don't think I'm going to get these because they're slim. Usually you want the boot cuts. But if you look for the M series ones, these do good as long as they're boot cut ones. And then these are 29 by 32. So not the best size. I'll look them up anyway before we leave. What time is it? All right, we have 20 minutes. So I'll probably end up just comping the stuff that I have in here and then we'll call it a day. I'm curious, how much do they sell these for? $5? It's all stained though, look at that. That's pretty cool. Huh, what does it do? Is it an actual dispenser? I'm gonna look this up just in case. That's like an old M&M dispenser. There's no date. Oh, here we go, 1999. It's $20, but I'll look it up. It's worth looking up. Definitely vintage. But I think that's gonna be it for now. Some old M&Ms. I'm having a toy show over on Whatnot this Tuesday the 13th, toys and plush. So I'm just looking for anything else to fill into the show here. All right, so here's some stuff that I found so far. These are those M5 Ariats. Still need to look these up. This Patriots only because it's a starters. It's a starter jacket. Has a little emblem on there, or the little that. Some Carhartt shirt, $4, but I'll look this one up. This one, for some reason, had some crazy comps on it. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren, but for some reason, I was seeing some for like $80. I don't know why. So I still need to look this one up. Nothing special about it, unless it's like, I don't know. So I'm gonna look this one up and see if it's actually worth that much. Spider. I know this is a really good brand. Spider Active. It's the right season for it too. They want $16.99, but we do get that 20% coupon. So this one might be actually really good. I'm gonna look this one up. Marmot. I know this is a good brand too. We've sold some of these in the past. We just sold one of the rain jackets. There's a bunch of stuff all over it, but it doesn't look ripped or anything. So Marmot, that's a good brand to look out for. It's $12.49, so hopefully it has some good comps. Three Stooges, I just picked this one up just to see if it's worth anything. Some plush, some more plush. These are just a lot of toys I wanted to look up. And then some My Little Ponies. It's $4.49. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. There's only 4 of them in there, but I'll look these up anyway. And then I found these Beyblades. We've gotten the metal ones before that sell really good, but it looks like these are plastic. There's some metal ones mixed in there, but most of them are plastic. All right, but they're about to close in like 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna run some comps on some of these things. And then once we get outside, or once we get back home, I'll show you what we ended up getting out of this basket. So these are the only 2 things I ended up walking out with. That polo shirt. This one was $8.99. We did get a discount on it. We had a $10 off coupon for anything over $40. So this one, I don't know why there's comps coming up between like $80 to $100 on this one. So this is the first one that we got, $8.99. And then right now it's a playoffs for NFL, or the football playoffs, and the Patriots are in there. So I picked this one up. This one was $8.29. $8.29, and then we did get a couple dollars off with that coupon. This is the nice one. I've seen comps for like $25 to $28 on this one. I need to list it and sell it fast. Hopefully they don't lose the next game. I think they play, tomorrow? But I'm gonna get home and list this tonight. So those are the only 2 things I ended up picking up on this run to savers. So luckily the Patriots did end up winning. I don't know if that's gonna have a big impact on the sale of the sweater or not, but here's the 2 listings. The sweater, we ended up listing for $26.88. It currently has 1 view on it. It is missing the drawstrings. I deducted a few dollars for that, but we'll see what that ends up selling for. And then this Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, even though I saw some comps between like $80 to $100 for a brand new shirt, there was some other shirts, the same style, but like in pink, and those were listed somewhere around $30. So I just listed this for $39 and some change. It currently has 8 views on it. So even if it did sell for like $35 or something like that, I only paid a little less than $8. So that'll still be a good profit on that one. So storage units have officially ruined us. The problem that we have with thrifting is that with storage units, we can go out and buy a storage unit for $100. I explained this in one of my other videos, but when we can go out and buy a unit for $100 and we have inventory for like a week to 2 weeks, depending on how we sell it, that makes it extremely hard to go to thrift stores when you see the prices of the stuff there. Like for instance, those 2 shirts that I bought alone were like $16, $17 or something like that with tax. And that's for 2 items that might make me like $10 or $15 profit per item. And there's nothing wrong with that model, but if you want to do that, you have to go thrifting every single day and look for like, depending on what you list. But if you list 10 items a day, you have to go to the thrift store, hope that you find 10 good items. If you find 20, that's enough for 2 days, but then you're right back at it the next day or so to go look for some more items. So there's all the driving around from thrift store to thrift store looking for these items every single day, when I can just buy a storage unit for $100. I'm just using $100 as a nice flat example, but I can go one time to the storage unit, pay $100. I have a full 5x5 or 10x5 unit full of stuff that I can list on eBay. I can sell on Facebook. I can run through a Whatnot show, and that'll hold me over for a week or 2. And there's no more driving around back and forth to different places to find inventory. There are some downsides to buying units as well though. Like you can't pick and choose what comes out of those units. You're pretty much stuck with whatever's in there. It might be some really low sell-through rate items. Another thing with storage units is it's really nice to be able to sell 1 or 2 things on eBay and get all your money back. The rest of the stuff you can list, but a lot of times, for example, like us with that clothing locker, we made our money back really fast on some high ticket items. but then the rest of the stuff were like $8 to $10 pieces of clothing that we were selling. We're still selling them consistently, but I'd much rather sell higher sell-through rate items for a higher dollar price. Like when you go to thrift stores, you can kind of handpick the things that you want. So it's just kind of like a give and take with storage units versus thrifting. But me personally, I'd rather prefer storage units over thrifting. It's just a better business model for what we want to do. But I just wanted to kind of explain that. We went to Savers because, like I said, my son was looking for a couple sweaters and stuff like that that he needed. And we decided just to go in there and look around and see what we can find. That's why we didn't walk out with too many things anyway. But I'm curious to know, what's your favorite way to source for items? Is it thrift stores, flea markets, yard sales, storage units, or just something completely different? But definitely drop a comment below. I'm interested in seeing the different ways that you're sourcing out there. But that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.